What is up, everyone? Circflex here, bringing you guys another review. Today, we're going to be looking at the Kanonen Jagdpanzer 105. Oh boy, we're going to take a look at this thing. As you can see, and maybe hear by my voice, I am very excited to review this thing. Anyway, Kanonen Jagdpanzer. We all know the Kanonen Jagdpanzer by now as the Kanonen Jagdpanzer 88, which is like a really shitty tank with a small gun on a TD that doesn't work, and it had limited benchmarking, and it's just awful. All right, it is just awful. So Wargaming came up with the bright idea to put a bigger gun on the TD at tier 8 instead of an 88mm gun on a tier 8 TD. And then charges money for it as well. It's great, comrade. Again, this would be a perfect example of a tank where they would win so many points with the community if they had a premium tank where you could choose which gun you want to use. If you want to use the 10.5 that is now on the new one, or you want to use the 88. The only thing they've done is give you a discount if you already had the Kanonen 88 to buy this. And I think there was also a trade-in. So if you wanted to use, if you want to trade in your 88 for the 105, you could do that as well. Now, some might say, as well, that's just good business practice, that's fine. But I still feel like we're gonna kind of dicked over here, okay? And they're gonna do some more dicking over soon, where they basically remove things from the text tree and then reintroduce them later as premiums, which they're probably already done as well. I'm probably forgetting about a couple of things or something. But I believe there's a T52 on the on the super test, for example. But anyway, story for another time. Anyway, the Kanonen Jagdpanzer 105. What are we looking at? We're looking at a horrible tank. You might say, well, actually, it doesn't look that bad. It goes 70 kilometers an hour. We have 19 pound weight. We have sick fucking tank traverse here. We have actually not good DPM at all. 390 alpha, which is nice. 268 pen. Wow, that's actually looking pretty good. 0.31 dispersion. 1.7 aiming time. Wow, that actually looks all really good on paper, doesn't it, boys? It has sickeningly fast velocity at 1478. And it has the heat that is slower, but it gives you 330 pen. Which is like T54 levels, right? It has 8 degrees of gun depression. Let's just go back to the starter. It has absolutely no armor, just like the the Kanonen Jagdpanzer 88 thing. It has 1050 health, which is just beyond average for a TD at this level. And it has atrocious free range because TDs are not allowed to see anyone. So what this means is that once you fully kit it out with vents, rammer, and optics, you actually get 451 free range if you have a really good crew and food. If you take away the food, I should be clicking this correctly, thank you. Even if you have the sickest crew or Brothers in Arms recon and situation awareness, you will still not have full free range. So you'll either have to run, I hate to say it, I don't even know what it's called anymore, the binocular telescope, which I just don't think you should ever. You basically have to run food with it, which is going to cut in your by 20k credits per game into your credit making potential. So if you're purely playing this for making money, then I guess you should run without food and use the binos. But I think this is a horrible idea because this thing is really not good at standing still and shooting a lot of things. Because if you take a look at the gun traverse here, it is okay. Right? It's workable, but you're still gonna find yourself doing these little movements all the time when you're aiming at other tanks. So using binos is pretty much not an option. And so I went with optics and the food, and because I knew I was not gonna play this for money anyway, or for credits earning. Because do I not like this tank, boys? The other obvious thing that we should talk about is comparing this to the Doom, the destroyer of the universe, the Scorpion G, right? Which is the obvious contender people are going to compare this thing to. And you're going to see that the Kanonen Jagdpanzer, even though this is a sea, an absolute sea of red, it is still infinitely better than the Kanonen Jagdpanzer, okay? First off, it has more DPM, and it actually hits like a tier 8 TD. It hits for 490 at least, instead of the 390. Alright? Then there's a lot of things that are not so nice about it, but I've never heard someone complain about the Scorpion AP shell being slow. I've never heard it, okay? 920 is perfectly serviceable still. And sure, the aim time is less. The dispersion is actually better. How on this green earth can a turretless TD have less DPM, less alpha, and then also shoot more inaccurate? Like, in what universe? And then the gun handling is so bad after firing. It's actually ridiculous compared to the Scorpion, right? And then these changes after moving tank to first, turret first actually don't matter that much. And then the biggest thing is the Scorpion G has an effing turret and the gun behaves pretty much better than the Kanonen Jagdpanzer whilst having 490 alpha, which means you do more damage per shot, which is the whole thing that TDs do. They shoot you once in the face for a high amount of damage and they creep back into cover, right? That's what they do. Then the forward speed is only 60, but again, it doesn't effing matter. And even though the power to weight is a little bit worse, the chamber distances are a lot worse, you're literally never gonna notice this because the Kanonen needs so much more setup because of the lack of turret and how the tank actually performs, that the Scorpion G will get more shots into the enemy for more alpha, so much easier because of the turret, that it is still more than fast enough to keep up with just about anyone, that this whole Kanonen Jagdpanzer is just not worth it. There is nothing redeeming here. Like, at the very least, it should have a lot better DPM than a Scorpion G, because it's a case-made TD, which means that, like, everything is focused on shooting shells downrange from a long distance, like, you know, and it's it has 400 less DPM, which is actually a big deal because you're already hitting for TD standards like a wet noodle at 390, alright? So it should either have the 490 alpha of a Scorpion to somewhat make up for the fact that you don't have a turret, because even though you're in the sea of red in the comparison menu, the Scorpion goes green where it actually counts. Anyway, let's take a look at an absolutely, positively amazing replay of this Scorpion, shall we? Because by God, is it a good one? Let me just load it up, because apparently World Tanks is like, you know what? I don't even want to see this, Circon. All right, I don't even want to be close to this replay. So I'm gonna have to reopen this replay, because apparently even the game doesn't like seeing the Kanonen Jagdpanzer, guys. All right. So we're gonna load in here. Let me go right here. Oof, we're gonna just, oh, I can't wait to show this, boys. All right, the replay is gonna have to load. We're almost there. There we go. We're gonna jump into Overlord in the perfect matchmaking of full tier 8 and no artillery. And we're gonna jump into Overlord, like I said. We don't need to see the player names, do we? And then we're gonna speed up this process a little bit, so we're not waiting for 7 years for this battle to start. So we're here on Overlord. We have no armor. We don't actually have a turret. So what do? You play like this. As you can see by my Kanonen brother here with the special camo, by the way. Anyway, this is what a Kanonen Jagdpanzer plays like. Isn't that interesting? So I'm just gonna actually speed up the replay by twice. 2 times as fast. Alright. So 1 minute says best. Still here with my Kanonen brother. I'm taking a look at him. It's like, oh man, fancy camo, brother. Then I see some teammates fucking each other over and doing some team image. Sick, dude. Well, we're now heading into 2 minutes of doing nothing. And this is good matchmaking with no artillery on an actual decent map for TDs. And then the Scorpion makes a mistake and we hit him. I'm just going to actually keep the replay at times 2. You can just take a look at the top right for the timer. My Kanonen Jagdpanzer buddy has had enough and he's actually moving now. So I see my heavy tanks having some fun here. They're dying, they're fighting, they're dying, they're fighting, they're fighting and dying. The Rheinmetall, which, you know, actually has a turret, can actually try and get some shots in. And actually has a gun that does actual damage. Then a Kanonen Caravanserai comes in. We actually track him. We get lucky there, and we get the tracking and the assistance. I tried to track the T-34. Doesn't really work. And Lorraine comes in. See if we can hit him here. I'm gonna actually go back to normal speeds. Actually get the tracking shot on him as well. So we get a lot of assistance here. And then we're just waiting. And waiting. And waiting. And then we actually kill him. So as you can as you can see, the reload time is so annoying for how little you do, because you're just sitting there basically being a TD, and most people will play a TD like this, and because we don't have armor or turret, it's really awkward to do anything else. And this is kind of where we can make the Kanonen Jagdpanzer shine, guys. We're gonna aim for freaking long to put a 390 alpha shot into a KB4. Look at this aiming time. Like, we're barely moving. And an aiming time. What the hell? And then we actually get a lucky shot in the KB4 that went sort of into the side or something. Aim some more. And T-54. And hit the turret front. That was at least full... I think fully aimed, if not like 90% aimed, right? How are these shots feeling as inaccurate as the Scorpion G? I don't know. Because again, there's so many disadvantages to running this. So now we're just... Guess what? We're waiting again. It's literally been... like 5-6 shots. Pershing comes in. We actually do hit him for the massive amount of 350 at tier 8. It's really not impressive, is it, guys? It's been 5 minutes, and this is the way you play Kanonen Jagdpanzer. I don't know how many people like to play TDs the way that this plays, but even if you do like playing it like this, I'm pretty sure that the long, very long aiming time, somehow, because the paper stats don't really reflect this, how this is interesting. Like, if you want to play like this, a Rheinmetall, for example, or, again, you know what, the Scorpion, will actually hit things for over 500 at a time. 490 average. You gotta see the 500 mark, a lot of the time. We're gonna hit for, like, a wet noodle here in comparison. Yeah, of course we hit harder than, like, a medium with, like, 240. But the 390 is really not cutting it anymore at tier 8. And what really surprises me is just how utterly wank the gun handles for being in a casemate TD. It's actually crazy to me. And I played this, I don't know, like 10 times or something. And it's just so not fun. And then, yeah, you could argue that it's not really a tank for me, but I really enjoy playing the Rheinmetall and the Scorpion and the Jagdpanzer 2, for example. All those kind of like German tanks and stuff. But it's just not working. But let's get back to the replay as we're heading into the 8.5 minute mark here. And we can finally shoot the Kanonen, and only the tracks. Too bad. I'm hoping the Rheinmetall shoots him there, but he tries to, but misses. And the enemy Kanonen Jagdpanzer finishes off the Rheinmetall, and now it's just awkward, right? We have a VKA, an IS-3, and myself against an OHO, T-34, Pershing, Kanonen Jagdpanzer, and last but not least, also still a Scorpion. And I've done less than 2,000 damage in 7 minutes time in a TD with good matchmaking on a pretty decent map for it with no artillery. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not really impressed by this score at this moment. So I'm gonna head back again so I can be the long-range sniper we're meant to be, apparently. So I'm just gonna try and back up the VK and the IS-3, but as you'll know, I'm gonna have to, like, basically... not spot anything myself and just basically wait for the enemy to show up so we can shoot him in the face. So I'm just trying to find a position here. The IS-3 actually kills the Pershing, which is really nice. And now the OHO shows up. I was actually worried the OHO was going to go beach earlier. Or shoot me with HE in the back and then pen me and then basically kill me with one shot. But the OHO kills out the VK, and the IS-3 actually gets a really nice shot off onto the oh-ho here. So I'm gonna aim. He doesn't know I'm here. We shoot him in the side. We don't get spotted. There's the one thing that's really good about this tank is that it does have, you know, a good camo rating. But being a tier 8 TD, you're gonna see tier 9s and 10 so much more that you're gonna find people that are gonna spot you regardless because they have really good view range. And an oh-ho is not likely to have a lot of view range, right? And neither do some of these Scorpions because there's a lot of rentals. So the Scorpion comes in, but so does the enemy Kanonen. And the Kanonen spots me. The IS-3 shoots the Scorpion, and now it's just getting very, very hairy. I'm just waiting for this Kanonen to show up. Because I want to shoot the Scorpion, maybe, and the IS-3 can maybe hit the Kanonen. So this is kind of like a standoff. The IS-3 gets hit. Scorpion hopefully goes for him, but he's actually still aiming for me. Or tries to. So I shoot him in the face. Again, not killing him, because we have wet noodle TD damage here for 357. And the Kanonen Jagdpanzer gets hit by the IS-3, so he is a one-shot now, and I'm gonna try and go in and take like one hit and then kill him. I don't want to get shot by the Scorpion as well. He shoots, I make a mistake by auto-aiming here. Then we hit the rock really awkwardly, and now he has to reload on me, so I'm gonna pull back a little bit. But I also, and that was the Scorpion behind me, hitting the dirt. You heard the shot behind me. So I knew I couldn't go back too far because then the Scorpion would shoot me. And now the T-34 shows up and I'm like, alright, this is the easy shot for the IS-3. I can back off a little bit, maybe go for the killing shot now since he's not looking at me. But the Scorpion still was. So he hits me for almost 480 and I'm now down for a one shot for the Scorpion. And the IS-3 can easily kill this guy now because he can take the hit to kill the Scorpion. So I'm just gonna take it easy because by now we should just win this. So, you know, 2 versus 1. Even if I take the hit, then IS-3 can kill him, or the other way around. This should be a kill. But I think the IS-3 actually misses or something, and the Scorpion shoots him, tracks him, and backs off. So now it's gonna be a little bit awkward for the IS-3. And I'm gonna try and make use of my 70 kilometers an hour at some point because we're going 50 now. But the IS-3 actually kills him. And this is literally what a good Kanonen Jagdpanzer game looks like. Because for the most part, it's really hard to get this gun to use. And on most maps, you cannot use this tank. All the city maps, you're going to be awful in. Every single one of them. You need like Highway, Properovka, and Melanovka, like the standard campy maps to do anything in this tank. And even then, the Scorpion G is still better because if you do get a shot off and you need to retreat because, you know, your camo goes away after firing, then the Scorpion G will still do more damage per shot. So you tend to be a better TD in a Scorpion, even if you play like I played the Kanonen Jagdpanzer. So I think by now, chat, by now, you should probably know that I'm not too impressed with this vehicle, boys. I'm not too impressed. Let's take a look at the post-game stats here. Because this was a first class, so people are doing pretty decently in it since it came out, because it was 1270 basic speed. And that was a first class. It was probably close to an ace. But my lust for playing this tank is like beyond 0. And the enemy Kanonen Jagdpanzer did 4k damage, okay? But he was farming all the people that were coming into him. And that's the thing you need. And that's kind of like the whole Swedish CD playstyle where they're really good at defending, but you don't want to be defending. You want to be winning, right? You don't want to jump into a game and be like, I hope my team starts losing the flank so I can put some shots down range. Like this, to me, that's an ultra boring playstyle. Like horrible. And then if we go to detail report, it was a Halloween event going on, so we made like twice the money because I had credit boosters, and Halloween gave me 50% as well. But 100k, and then we shot for 19k, repaired our vehicle for 5,000. So we would have made 75,000 credits for a pretty average game with just a high kill count. But 3,000 damage is somewhat average, maybe. So money-wise, obviously with 268 base spend, you're not going to be shooting the heat a lot. And the heat is disgusting at 330. But having a 1,500 shell velocity on an APCR shell with 268 at tier 8 is good. It's just that you need like a full moon. You need like God to come down from the heavens. You need to win the lottery, and then you need like 5 stars to align. You need the galaxy to align with another galaxy, and you need to be sucked into a black hole to have a good game in this tank. It's actually so ridiculous. And then they have the audacity of making it shitter shittier in the firepower department than a Scorpion G, whilst the Scorpion G has all the benefits from a fully rotating turret, and then it also has more alpha. So by God, don't buy this thing. It's so not worth it. Even at half off, I think I bought mine like 18 euros. Like, you can do a whole lot more better things with 18 euros, even if you just spend it in the world thing somewhere else. Like, if you wait till Christmas and buy some other stuff at discounts. Oh my God. This thing is so bad. Highly do not recommend buying. At full price, you're an absolute idiot for buying it. And at half price, you're still an idiot. I was basically an idiot for buying this. By God. Horrible tank. Scorpion G is better any day of the week, even if it's more expensive. I don't even think at the base price, without the discount, it's that much more expensive than the Scorpion G. Or the Scorpion G is not that much more expensive. It probably is a little bit, but whew, it's... Oh, don't ever buy this tank, Chad, okay? Listen, just don't. It's not worth it, okay? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little review. I got more coming up. Check out some of the other reviews if you haven't already. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys in the next video. I'll see if I can have some Scorpion G replays to put up on the screen right now of like stream highlights so you can check out the Scorpion. But yeah. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Peace out, guys.